Hello there, boys. This video is for you. And my boys are Joe, Adam, and Jack. And you might be asking, why am I doing this video? First, I have some very important information to share with you that will dramatically impact your life and your well-being. And this information will be important to you at different phases of your life. And I wanted to memorialize it in a video. And I also have a companion blog that I'm writing on this as well. And finally, and most importantly, because I grew up without a father speaking in my life, I now have a life's mission. And that mission is to use my talents and to serve God by helping my family, and that's you, and other young men lead a more confident and peaceful life through sharing authentic life experiences gracefully and truthfully. Now, this is important. That last sentence may have sounded a little bit fluffy or generic, but it is the most critical element to understand if we are to help each other make great progress in life. Grace, in this definition, is love and mercy. And I'm going to share with you many life stories which I wish hadn't happened or am embarrassed by, and so I will be asking for grace from you. And similarly, I'm going to give you grace when you share stories with me that maybe you're not the most proud of, because I know you are not perfect. I know you will make mistakes. We all do. And I give grace because we all have things that we wish hadn't happened and we're embarrassed by, and most importantly, because I love you and I want what's best for you in your life. But I'm also tender toward other young men who have been navigating life without a guide. And as you know, I've helped your nephew and I've helped other young men in different scenarios in life, so I thought it was good to put it in this format, because life is really hard if you're trying to figure out every step on your own. And it's even more difficult if you don't have a guide. So let's discuss the word truth for a moment. And I've learned that grace without truth doesn't change anything. And truth without grace is mostly mean and overwhelming. And in our definition, truth will be defined as a better way. And that might serve as a guide for you to move forward in life faster. Truth in this example is not sticking a finger in your chest and saying that you're either stupid or weak or should have known better, and saying that you don't have it figured out and you're a ninny. That's not what truth is here. Truth is a better way. And so I'm going to share examples from my life that may help you navigate your life better. And I'm also going to share examples and stories that I've heard from other men where appropriate. And in this case, my hope is that my experiences will serve as a guide so that you are aware of some of the most common traps in life, and that you can then see a potential way forward and avoid making many of the same mistakes that I have made in my life. So my intention is to share a strategy for the most important things in life that will make it so that you are living more confidently and peacefully. And what will this do? Why is that important? Because it's going to allow you to take better care of yourself. It's going to allow you to take better care of your family. And it's going to allow you to passionately get after it in life and pursue your life's purpose. As opposed to getting stuck in some of the common mistakes, this is going to help accelerate your life to something that's more fulfilling. So here we go. I understand many of the folks watching this may not know who I am. So for those of you who don't, my name is Jay Millar. As a little boy, I grew up in a home that was filled with alcoholism and domestic violence. My parents divorced when I was 10 years old. When I reached adolescence, every day, in every way, I did all I could to make sure that my future life was the exact opposite of the environment in which I grew up. And what that meant to my friends and to my family, I appeared confident and driven because I had a burning desire to change the course of my life. But there was one major problem. I wasn't always sure what I was doing. And without a father or a mentor speaking into my life, I didn't know if I was on the right path. And so, especially during critical moments without a guide, I was paralyzed and uncertain in many of the decisions I made. I didn't have anybody to talk to. And I didn't oftentimes know how to proceed. So I was neither confident nor peaceful in my approach to life, and I wasn't sure how to make good progress in key areas. And then one day, all of that changed. I was in my early 20s. I was in college after serving in the military, and I heard Lou Holtz, who was then head football coach at the University of Notre Dame. And he said something that changed my life. He said, the only 3 things that will change you from where you are today to where you will be 5 years from now are the books you read, the people you meet, and the dreams you dream. And I internalized that to mean I could change my life from where I was at today to where I would be on the day I died. And that was very powerful for me. And because of that one statement, I intentionally began to seek advice from the men I admired. And even men that I didn't. I would just go ask them to get their perspective on life. I was an avid reader, so I eagerly read a lot of personal development books that were recommended by others. But more importantly, I looked for perennial bestsellers. I wanted to know that the advice I was seeking had passed the test of time. And finally, I began to dream much bigger dreams than was typical for my family at that time. Throughout my adult life, because of that, I learned 10 important lessons that helped me to become successful. And I also realized that these were easy concepts that I have shared with you over the years. I'm sharing them with your cousin, my nephew, and other young men who come up and ask for me for help. They're in a tight situation. So these were easy to transfer, and I wanted to do that. And all of these lessons have enabled me to achieve what I feel is my version of ultimate success. And I know we all have different definitions of success. But for me, my version includes a loving marriage, wonderful friends, 3 grown boys making their way in this world much more confidently and peacefully than I did when I was growing up. It meant some stability, great faith, security, and a lot less drama in life than I experienced as a young man. And I'm also fortunate to have a career that I love, that will serve me and it will serve us and allow me to serve others for as long as I desire. So I wanted to pass these lessons along to you and to others that may have grown up without a father speaking into their life. I will happily share these lessons that I've learned. And if you're interested, read the blog called To Live is to Fight by clicking on the link below. And I've also created a short video that shares what I believe to be the most important and foundational lesson that I've learned. This lesson, along with the other 9, I absolutely believe will help you lead a more confident and peaceful life. Are you with me? I hope to continue the conversation in lesson number 1.